That's what he compared it to when we started dealing with those idols. It said we went whoring after, after these other nations and after these different gods and idols and stuff, right? So the whole time he compared us to his wife. And when you read the story about Hosea, yeah, you read the story, like it's a perfect example of what we did to the Most High, like over and over and over again. Exactly. So, dealing with all of these different religions and all of these different idols and stuff, he compared us to a whore. We became a whorish nation because we was dealing with all of these different things. That's why it says the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 22 and verse 32. 31. Therefore shall you keep my commandments and do them. I am Yahuwah. Neither shall you profane my Kadesh name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am Yahuwah which hallow you.
So keep my commandments. Neither shall you profane my name. So if you don't keep the commandments, what does that mean? That you profane in the name. Off top, because you, like I said, you're not being obedient to the Most High like a woman should be submissive to her husband. You're not being submissive unto the Most High, and we're going against the covenant because just like a man and a wife, when they get together and they marry, they make a covenant between themselves that says we have to honor and honor this covenant and this agreement that we made to be, with each other. And when you break that covenant and that agreement, then you dishonor our marriage. Right? It's the same thing. Like he just basically breaking it down so we can understand it in a simple form. Let's go to back to Exodus 20 and verse 8.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it Kadesh. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah your power. In it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your manservant or your maidservant, or your cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made Shamayim and Eretz, the sea and all in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore Yahuwah blessed the Shabbat day and hallowed it.
Do we really need to expound on that? Is everybody aware of things that we can and that we can't do on Sabbath?
Cook, shop, work.
Cook, shop, work. You're definitely supposed to be resting. No work, no servile work, no none of these things. We don't necessarily need to expound on that. I can get a few precepts, but I don't think we really need.
I got a little question.
Go ahead, brother.
My wife came to me one day one time. Okay, so I do my hair. You know what I'm saying? I dabble with my hair, or I curl my hair, or whatever. I ain't no working.
Not your own hair.
Well, it's mine.
I mean, you mean doing it for somebody else or doing her own hair? She come out.
Her own hair.
She prepared herself to come out.
Yeah, so I was making sure.
I will say this though, on Shabbat, I used to cut my hair on Shabbat, and then I started to get just convicted in my own spirit about it. But I would do it anyway, and one of the brothers brought it up jokingly, and then that the conviction grew a little bit stronger. Now, when we look at the command about the Shabbat day, it's specific about, just don't work. You know what I mean? But is that work? I'm not making money doing it. So I could say, well, technically, it's okay. But I was still convicted about it. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between cutting my hair and brushing my hair and putting on a hoopty or whatever. So I just got to the point where it's just not expedient for me to do because it takes me a couple hours to do it. I'm not resting. In a sense, I'm working. I'm not making money, but it's some labor. It's a laborious thing to do. It's a burdensome thing to do. So I just cease from doing it.
If you get a conviction, I think if you feel convicted about something, you should do it.
Right, pretty much, because it's just not expedient. Whether it's lawful or not, maybe it's lawful, but it wasn't an expedient thing. I could be in the scriptures right now, but I'm not. I'm cutting my head, so I'm going to sit down.
All right, let's go back to
I ain't told you so long. You see it coming in? You see that whisker right there?
let's go to verse. We'll jump down to verse 12.
Exodus 20 and 12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahuwah your power gives you.
All right. Did anybody see a difference in this particular commandment?
It's the first one linked to your life.
It is. I mean,
Your direct life, right?
I mean, it's not. It's the first one that's stated, like Quad just said, that's not specifically pertaining to the Most High, and it's directly linked to your life, right? Let's go to exactly with promise. If you do this, then the promise is this: you have a long life, right? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 1.
Epistle of the Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1. Children, obey your parents in Yahuwah, for this is right.
Read that again.
Children, obey your parents in Yahuwah, for this is right.
You hear that? You hear that?
Why y'all keep your children?
Do what? Okay. You hear that? Huh? Read it again for God.
Children, obey your parents in Yahuwah, for this is right.
All right? Keep going.
Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment, with promise,
You said that. Read.
that it may be well with you, and you may live long on the earth.
Let's jump back. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 1.
That's been there thousands of years. We just saw it.
Yeah, I'm writing it down now.
There are thousands of years. Proverbs what?
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 1. A wise son hears his father's instructions, but a scorner hears not rebuke.
A wise son hears his father's instructions. Let's go to chapter 1 and verse 8.
Hey, y'all pay attention back there.
Chapter 1 and verse 8.
Proverbs 1 and 8. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, and chains about your neck.
All right? So it's telling you that if you listen to the wise instruction, a wise son listen to the instruction of his father, and listening to him, and forsake not the law of your mother, so that it shall be an ornament of esteem about your head, right? And chains about your neck. It ain't talking about like a yoke or nothing like that, but like, you know,
Gold chain.
like Big Cat.
Big time. A Mr. T chain.
Let's go to Jeremiah 35. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see this promise worked out. That first commandment was promised. We're gonna see it come to fruition. Bless y'all. Bless you.
What is that? I forgot.
Jeremiah 35 verse 14.
Yirmiyahu, chapter 35 and verse 14. The words of Yonadab, the son of Rechab, that he commanded his sons not to drink wine, are performed. For unto this day they drink none, but obey their father's commandment. Notwithstanding, I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but you listen not to me. I have sent also unto you all my servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, return you now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings, and go not after the gods to serve them. And you shall dwell in the land which I have given to you and to your fathers. But you have not listened to, nor inclined your ear, nor listened to me. Because the sons of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, have performed the commandment of their fathers, which he commanded them. But this people has not listened to me. Therefore thus saith Yahuwah, the power of hosts, the power of Israel. Behold, I will bring upon Yahudah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the evil that I have pronounced against them. Because I have spoken unto them, but they have not heard. And I have called unto them, but they have not answered. And Jeremiah said unto the house of the Rechabites, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the power of Israel, because you have obeyed the commandment of Jonadab your father, and kept all his precepts, and done according to all that he has commanded you.
Then what?
Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the power of Israel, Jonadab, the son of Rechab, shall not want a man to stand before me forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So we see the same thing about him, about the Rechabites or the sons of Rechab being obedient to their fathers and not dealing with the wine, that they were actually rewarded, because they listened unto their fathers and they listened, and they were faithful for his commandment from way back when. Let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 46. We're all familiar with this story.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 46. And it came to pass after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said to him, Son, why have you dealt with us this way? Behold, your father and I have sought you sorrowing. And he said to them, How is it that you sought me? Know you not that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spoke unto them.
No, this is talking about the Mashiach, right? And his mother and Joseph, right? Mary and Joseph, Miriam and Joseph. They were looking for him. He was in the temple dealing with the scribes and the higher ups, right? And so she kind of chastised him about it, like, why did you leave? And we was looking for you. He like, you should have known I was going to be here, right? Go ahead. Verse 51.
And he came down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them.
And was what?
And was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart.
And he was subject unto his mother and father, right? He was obedient unto that commandment in particular. In verse 52, what happened?
And Yahushua increased in wisdom and stature, in favor with the Most High and man.
Most High and with man. So even the Mashiach was obedient unto this commandment, being that he was the son of the Most High, but he still was subject unto his earthly parents, right? Let's go to Proverbs 30 and 17. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, Matthew 15 and 4.
Okay.
Show y'all a little bit of something here. Verse 3.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 3. But he answered and said to them, Why do you also transgress the commandment of the Most High by your tradition? For the Most High commanded, saying, Honor your father and mother, and he that curses father or mother, let him die the death. But you say, Whoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift, by whatsoever you profit by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have you made the commandment of the Most High none effect by your tradition.
So, what does that mean in verse 5? Read verse 5, brother, for us again.
But you say, Whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift, by whatsoever you might profit by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free.
That's good right there. What you think that means, huh? If you say to your father and mother is a gift. What does that mean?
Ooh, that you the gift.
You know what that mean? Anybody? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
Does that mean like the child is a gift to the parents and not the parents a gift to the child? So like the child should be honored because whatever I do is going to profit you, per se. Huh?
Yes?
It's like the child is supposed to be the most important one because it talks about how the seed is important and it represents the family.
Okay. All right. Now, what were the people supposed to bring to the temple for the priests and for the fatherless and for the widows and stuff?
Bread.
Food, right? Tithes, right? To feed the priests, feed the fatherless, feed the widows, right? The Pharisees and by their tradition did the same thing that the preachers are doing today. They was requiring money. So when a person's parents got too old to be able to take care of themselves, who was supposed to take care of them?
The kids.
There wasn't no nursing homes? No. There wasn't no convalescent homes? No. The children were supposed to be able to take care of their parents on a financial level. But what they were doing was that the Pharisees were telling them that instead of giving the money, giving their parents financial support, they could give it to the church or to the temple. And so he's saying, whoever shall say to their parents, it's a gift, and give it to the, then there's no profit. Then they're free. If the money that's required to support your parents, if you're not giving it to them, but you give it to the church, then it's okay, you're free. But that's what he's saying. That's not the tradition. By your tradition, that what you explained in here, that's not what the Most High intended with His commandment. You know what I mean? That's dishonoring your parents. Because then what happened to them?
They're gonna die. They're gonna be poor.
Right.
Cast away.
So I had to do a little bit of research, a little digging.
I was gonna.
Go ahead.
No, I heard another, not this particular verse, but somebody was asking about honoring their parents when the parents basically were bad parents, and they didn't have that type of relationship. They were disrespected, so they didn't know how they could turn around and honor their parents like that. And they were saying that the reason you honor your parents is not necessarily because, they're your parents, but it's the first, you didn't choose your parents. Yahuwah chose your parents. So it's you honoring his choice for you. He chose who you wanted, it's more, but I'm just saying, so people won't have to attach, because people think I honor my parents because she birthed me and he provided for me, or some daddies wasn't there, some mamas was crackheads, So it's like, they can't grasp that reality. But when I read this, it kind of resonated with me. It's like you honoring Yahuwah's choice for you to come through this vessel and these means. So no matter what they did, it doesn't matter what they did, you honoring his choice for you.
We're going to see. Let's go to Proverbs 30 and 17. Because you'll see we're going to see what the penalty is or what you would be deemed for the dishonoring of your parents. 30, verse 17.
You can let him run around back there. We don't gotta, this one can go up here.
Proverbs 30 and 17. The eye that mocks his father and despises to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it.
Let's go to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 20.
Come here.
The epistle of the Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 20. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Most High.
Okay, so we'll see where, you had a question to where people will bring this up and say, well, see, it says in all things, so what if my parents is wicked? Like, am I still supposed to obey them because I'll be keeping the commandment, right? Let's go to Acts 5:29.
Come here.
Book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Kepha and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahuwah rather than men.
So we're supposed to obey the Most High. Now, if your parents is wicked and they trying to get you to do things that's not of the Most High, then we're supposed to obey Yahuwah rather than men. I'm going to show you a specific example. Let's go to Ezekiel.
You want to get down so bad.
Ezekiel chapter 20. Verse 18.
Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 18. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk you not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am Yahuwah your power. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and hallow my Shabbats, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that you may know that I am Yahuwah your power.
So that's a perfect example is when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, like all of the parents, they died in the wilderness because they was doing wrong. You know what I mean? And he told them specifically, don't follow after their judgments and the things that they did. Do what I tell you to do. And then, that's why he allowed them to enter into the kingdom.
Right.
And pretty much everybody, all their parents and everybody who came out of Egypt that was doing all of this foul stuff, they couldn't get in. All right.
I got another scripture. Go ahead. This will be out of Sirach, the 3rd chapter, and I'm gonna pick it up at the 8th verse. Because this definitely goes along with, like, some people ask, well, hey, I got a mother that's a crackhead or they're drunk or a prostitute, whatever the case. Like, how do I give them honor, right? It says, honor your father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon you from them. Verse 10, glory not in the dishonor of your father, for your father's dishonor is no glory unto you. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is reproach to the children. But verse 10, you can see, don't glory in their dishonor. You know what I'm saying? So even when they're in the lowest estate, your glory comes by giving them their respect.
Right.
Right.
It wouldn't be a good thing to say, to try to boast about their dishonor in order to make yourself. Look at me, I turned out.
Like the Mashiach being subject unto the Miriam and yourself. You know what I'm saying? The same type of thing.
So, to be blunt, the word honor means obey, right?
Yep.
Because I run across some people and I show them that scripture. They say, well, yeah, honor my mother, Mother's Day, Father's Day. But, the church that I'm thinking that's what that means, Mother's Day and Father's Day. Far from the truth. Right.
Throughout the year.
Right.
Right. Honor your father and your mother 2 days a year.
Right.
Every day. So that your days can be linked, right?
For example, though, what if your pops or your mom or whatever send you to the store and give me some cigarettes or a cigarette or something? I can say no, though. That's showing them out.
You said cigarettes or cigarettes? Which one?
Cigarillos and cigarettes.
I was about to say it's a difference.
No, yeah, I definitely like I remember my parents that asked me to go to the store on the Shabbat one time, and I had us, man, we had it out. Because I'm like, man, they was having like a get together, and they wanted me to go to the store and buy some ice and buy a couple of other things, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. And I'm like, what you mean?
Acts 5:29, you pulled.
They were so upset with me. What you mean you can't do all the stuff we do for you, and you can't go to the store? Y'all don't even get it, but be mad. Y'all be mad today. Look, we'll get over it, but I can't do that. Nah.
As soon as the sun goes down.
Yeah. So, and it was soon as the sun went down. I'm like, are y'all waiting till the sun went down? Man, you knew you ain't had no ice earlier. You would have asked me. Oh man, we got
let me see.
bad, but
Let me see.
we got over it. Or after these times.
Silly.
So that's go ahead.
Yeah, like what was in the situation if grandpa told you to do something and your father told you to do something?
What you mean?
Like anything, if grandpa told you to do this, your dad told you to do that.
Stone told you to do something different.
Yeah.
Who you live with?
Who you
Who
live?
you live with?
Family members.
I'm saying, which one you live with, your grandfather or your dad? Listen to that one.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about like if I'm visiting like my aunties and them in the same household.
Okay.
And he told you to do something. And he told you to do something.
You talking about like when it's contrary?
Yeah.
Which one is more righteous?
My grandpa read the Bible more than my father.
Did they ask you to do something that was against the Most High?
I'm just saying.
Give an example, brother.
They both said, go give me some water. Go get both of them.
Your grandfather put a shot of gin and your daddy told you don't give it to him.
Oh, you're talking about something like that.
Give that boy a shot.
I had to tell my grandpa though, man. I had to tell him. I said, thank you. You know how the scripture says, "God was your father, your father's seed." I had to thank him first. Now I have to thank my father second.
It's hard, good listening. I'm gonna tell you the truth. My grandmother had passed away a few years back, right? I just was thinking about things and thinking about life, and it got to the point where I thought about like all the things that my grandmother taught me, where it said like train up a child, like those were the things that I really like even to this day still do. Like I remember when I was too young to make my own food, I asked my grandmother, can you make such and such for me? And she'd be like, no, but I can show you how to make it for yourself. And she really showed me, my grandmother was the one who instilled a whole bunch of values in me and showed me how to do things that I even still do to this day, not my mom. So I definitely get that. Hey, it's different. It's different. Some people, it ain't always their mom, it ain't always their dad. Sometimes it's your aunt, sometimes it's your grandfather, whatever. But it's still, grandfather, grandmother is still like a father and a mother. Still you hold them with the same honor.
My grandpa told me that, I told him that when I told him thank you, he said it wasn't for me and your father wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But he said your father come from my seed.
Yeah.
You come from my seed too. So.
That's what I'm saying. It's still the father, it's still your father.
Grand.
Then you bigger. All right, so that's the first 5. Next time I'll cover the rest of it. Any questions? No questions?
No. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good. Any questions?